So boom. What player warms your heart the most? You know, it's a slow news day. It's very slow. The window's closed. I know Chelsea are playing right now. Who are they playing? They are playing LAFC. Never heard of them. What is this, an American team? What is it? What's going on? What's the lineup? Let me see Chelsea's lineup. Oh, so they're serious? You got to be serious. They got James, Tosin, Corwell, Carluca, Caicedo, Lavia, Palmer, Neto, Jackson, and Mudawake. Serious things are going on. They really want to win this. Who's the other big team in this competition? Is it only who we got? Palmeiras, Porto, okay. PSG, Atletico, Munich, Inter, Dortmund, Juve, Man City, okay. Real Madrid, okay. So there's some decent teams in it. But I guess we got to wait for the quarterfinals for anything of any note. Who was it? Auckland. Auckland, -10. Got mash up. Mash up by Bayern Munich. What was the point?
I don't know, but all reception children get free school meals.
What was the point? What was the point? Because, mash up the team. Mash up the team. But anyway, what player warms your heart the most? This is a difficult question, this one. I mean, there's a lot of players. So I have a top 5, which is Ronaldo, R9, Henry, Messi. That's my first 3. Ronaldo was 4 and Ronaldinho 5. So that's my 5. So you can have 5 players. But then I'm missing out on Suarez. You know, Suarez for me holds a special place in my heart. That Suarez, that Luis Suarez, he was an absolute fogging anomaly. Technique, 10. Goal scoring, 10. Tenacity, 10. Fearlessness, 10. Strength, 10. Speed, 10. Everything was 10. Celebrations, 10. Attitude, 10. Shocked you have not mentioned. What do you mean? I said Zidane. I said Zidane, bro. I said Zidane, JBRS. I didn't say Bergkamp. I said Zidane, though. Bergkamp, it was a love-hate with Bergkamp for me. There was a love-hate going on. But I did put Zidane in there. I said Messi, Ronaldo, Henry, Zidane, Ronaldinho. Ain't that what I said? Ain't that what I said? Okay. Who are you having, Jordan? What's your top 5? What's Clee said? I just had Clee on the phone. We're trying to expand football Fico, but God knows how. What's Clee saying? You took the send me a link to the street. Oh, listen, we might get Clee in. I might get Clee in. Oh, hold your horses. Hold the horses. Stopwatch. I think Clee's coming in, guys. I need to get Poet back on here, to be fair, as well, innit? I need to get Poet on here. What are you man saying? Should I get Poet back on it? Zidane, Maradona, Messi, R9, Iniesta. My man said Messi, and more Messi. Which I'm not angry about, because you know what I'm happy about? I've just started seeing Messi. I don't know if it's my algorithms, but Messi's really started to get a lot of love on my algos, and it really fills me with joy. Because you see, Messi, Jesus Christ, out of this world, bruv, out of this world. Some of the things he did is, he's the closest thing for me to being. He probably is the greatest of all time. I mean, it might have been R9 if he wasn't injured, but I'm gonna say for someone that actually fulfilled it and fulfilled their destiny, it might be, you know, it might have to be Lionel. What is this your new ex?
It's like being in Barbados. It's like being in Barbados. Just borrowed it.
Where's the dog?
Oh no, all good. I'm gonna get the missus some milk. I agree. When was the last has Poe been on it since that first time we went to Arthur's in COVID?
Yeah, been on since now. I didn't invite him since.
That was a great podcast that day. And that
But
was in the height of COVID.
I had a good chat with him the other day for about an hour. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And what's his thoughts on Arsenal compared to what your thoughts on Arsenal are?
Oh, he's an Artetaist.
Well, how come everyone else is an Artetaist then and you're not?
They're not. There's a few level-headed ones out there.
I spoke to AK recently, Arteta.
AK don't watch football, bruv.
He was talking about it the other day.
He doesn't watch. Listen, AK is knowledgeable enough because he keeps up with the trend. But he does not know. I love AK, but he does not know football.
Well, either way, he'd rather see.
He knew. He might have known football, but he don't know this era.
Well, look, at the end of the day, I think looking at the way Arsenal are, I think that you're going to be all right, mate. I think if you get the right forward, and they're not going to go they're not going to go crazy and try and buy a forward for silly money, which I thought was great. When I was reading about this Gyökeres, is it Gyökeres?
Sorry, what? Gyökeres?
Gyökeres, sorry.
What about him?
They're not going to pay over the odds for him.
Okay.
So if you get him at the right, how many players?
So we're not going to get a striker, is what we're saying. We're making excuses.
No, you are going to get a striker. You are going to get a striker.
Oh, we're not going to pay over the odds. I can't hear you, mate.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, you don't pay over the odds. You get the right man, the right price. I think you're going to be all right. Arteta will win something this year. Begrudgingly, I'll say this: he will win something this year.
What?
Manager of the month. No. Look, at the end of the day, look, I mean, Liverpool have laid their cards out. They are ready to play, which is crazy. You know, we were having this chat the other day about Florian Wirtz. They didn't have to pay 150 million. They paid 116 million.
No.
Right? They did. That's how they don't even have to pay that much yet.
It's still the third highest transfer in the world.
Yeah. What £1 extra million more than Caicedo. It's the biggest English transfer.
Oh, English.
116. Yeah, well, Caicedo was 150. Right?
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I agree. But like I said,
as if it's cheap now because it's not 150, it's 116.
No. The group chat, what I was saying was, at the end of the day, if that is the man that the manager wants and the board want, and they found that his stats and his mold of a player fits that team, and they can go on to retain and even dominate Europe.
I know, but
you pay it.
Yeah, but they spent 150 million. You didn't say that when Arsenal spent that on Declan Rice. You said, he's got.
Well, one as a Tottenham fan, that's why I did that.
I'm not hearing that.
Yeah.
He's got to perform. And then
also
in the Euros, you said Declan Rice overrated, Saka overrated, Marv.
I was lying. You know I didn't say that because you didn't use the right receipts.
Marv says it every day that Declan Rice is overrated, cost 100 and whatever. These times now,
I don't think he's overrated.
Now you're going, he only cost 116, and No.
I don't think Rice is overrated.
And if he can take them to see the narratives, though.
I don't think Rice is overrated, but he did leave at the same time as Bellingham, and Bellingham's Jude Bellingham, boy. He's unreal.
Again, you made a mad comparison about two players who don't play in the same position.
Because they're English, that's why we did it.
But why is that even a comparison, though?
In a similar position, they had to be them. For 100 million, and this Florian Wirtz does have this tag by him now. And I said this straight away when they bought him. He has to be a game changer. He has to be a match winner. He has to.
Man United fan.
I'd rather Rice than Bellingham. Jordan Brown, you'd rather fucking anyone at the moment. Man United, Jesus Christ, what's going on there? Yeah, but listen. I saw. There's one thing I wanted to talk about as well is the Club World Cup. I was just seeing.
Rubbish.
I spoke to you before. There's no one at the ground for this Chelsea game against LA. It's in America. There's no one there.
It's
They
rubbish.
bring out the. Oh, it's bad. And I want to like it. I want to like something like this because
But
it's
that's
a
why.
month
That's
of
why.
football.
When you tried to say Liverpool won the World Club Cup, it's a big cup. It's not.
But well, it is when you play the best out of South America.
No. It's not a big cup. It never has been. That's why they tried to revamp it into something big. But you
No, they
use
just
it
did
as a-
that because
but you use
FIFA
it as
are
a-
worried about the Champions League's
But you
influence.
use it as a metric.
Well, the winner of this can win a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, right? So every club's going for it. Else they'd take a pre-season team. You can win up to 100 and something million prize money,
Yeah,
which
Lee.
is a huge amount of money.
Here's one for you. I don't care if you won Europa. It's nearly 60 years without the league.
We're never going to win the league, though. Like, we're never going to win the league. The fact we won this Europa, I'm already thinking, like, what happens next? Like I'm just so content. I'm gutted about Andrew. I haven't been on here since Andrew.
I'm so content, you know. He's happy to go 40 years. He's happy to basically die now in the next 40 years.
Right. No, but the truth on it is now, like, I look at the next trophies. The one I'd really love to win now is the FA Cup. I'd love to win the FA Cup. I'd love to win any cup. But when you win the Europa League, there's only two cups I would say that are better than winning Europa League.
There's three bigger cups. There's the FA Cup, there's the league, and the Champions
FA Cup and Europa are the same, I would say.
They're not the same. They're not the same.
They are. Europa
Cup,
15 games.
Europa Cup hasn't been good, Lee, since 1999. You know that. I know that.
No, I think that's bullshit, bro.
Lee, it was on Channel 5 not too long ago, and Lee
That's
Tarrier,
not-
Lee Tarrier said
No.
this game is not worthy of even Europa League. So he was calling it a crap competition. And then you went on
I would say the second tier. The second tier.
Then you went on to say there's no point in wasting your time in Europa League.
I know. I said that, and that was unfair how you used that, because I said that in January of 2023 when we were in the Champions League last of 16. So, of course, I don't want to waste my time in the Europa League when you're in the Champions League. I wouldn't want to waste my time in the Europa League again this year. I don't want to defend it if I can go to the better cup. I understand where the Europa League is.
You just said that trophy is the second biggest. You said there's only
No,
two
the
above
third.
it. You said there's only
Yeah,
two
there
above
is.
it. Well, I've just
There
told
is.
you there's three above it because the FA Cup.
No, because the FA Cup and Europa are the same,
They're
I
not.
would say. They're joint third.
They're not.
I'm as a Tottenham fan, I'm so happy I saw that
The Europa
day.
League used to the UEFA Cup used to be big, but this Europa League hasn't been big for 20 years. You cuss.
But hold on.
You was cussing Arsenal when we was in it, and when Conte was manager of Spurs. But now that you've won it, and you've won it in the worst position, in the worst time for this competition, because it's not no more
Everyone says that.
Champions League teams. Well, it is, Lee. It's a fact. Champions League teams ain't coming down, so the competition is now just Europa League.
But we're good enough to be in the Champions League, and we'll show that now. I think we're going to do all right in the Champions League.
You're not good enough to be in the Champions League.
We'll get into the playoff round, at least.
Did you just say you're good enough to be in the Champions League?
100%.
So in order to get into the Champions League,
100%.
Champions League by the league, you have to
Tell me a list of teams that are in the Champions League last season, and I'll tell you if we. Tell me a list. Go from the bottom. Go from the bottom of the group and tell me their names, and I'll tell you.
What are you basing?
But tell me.
Are you basing this on
I'll tell you. Quality of team. No, quality of team.
From last season, we have to talk about last season. Don't talk about what.
Yeah. But we know what happened last season, though.
No, but hold on, mate. This is current team. This is current Spurs. let's not do this. Let's not remix Pochettino Spurs and say, yeah, that team would have done well in the Champions League.
All right. So let me say this. All right. Let me.
No. Hold on. Let me land. We've got to talk about current Spurs with the current team, with Son in the team. With Johnson,
he started on the bench in the final.
And him on the bench and Andrews and manager. You're trying to tell me that team is good enough for Champions League? That team,
to fit, 100%.
17th in the league.
But that was not true. That is not a true indication of what Tottenham are.
So let's talk about England only. Yeah, we do England only about the Champions League candidates. Yeah. So, are you better than Liverpool?
No.
Are you better than Arsenal?
No.
Are you better than Man City?
We beat them twice, but overall,
you
no, not
better than Man City. Chelsea,
no. Yeah, we're better than Chelsea.
who finished. So you're better.
we'll-
So you're better than.
We'll beat Chelsea. We'll beat Chelsea. Yeah, we're better than Chelsea.
Yeah, but you finished 17th, bro.
Yeah, but you know why that happened.
Why?
You know what? Because he paid for his job because
happen?
he ran him into. Because the manager was an intense manager with a style that run the team into the ground, and then he lost half of his team by November, December. They came back by about January, February, and he just prioritised his trophy, and he came out lucky for him. It came out good for him. He cost it with his job. He walks away a winner. He walks away a hero. Probably better because if he stayed a little more,
he still walks away a
Because
loser. He still walks away a loser. 22 losses is a loser.
I mean, Jesus Christ! If you win a cup of that magnitude and you lead and you're a loser, when are you a winner?
Roberto Martinez a winner or a loser, Lee?
Winner.
He got relegated.
Winner.
He got a team
Yeah,
relegated.
how he was even keeping that team up for other years, I don't know.
He got a team relegated and won the FA Cup, and you're saying he's a winner?
That team should have been going down for how many years?
No. Stop getting emotions involved. He got.
That's no emotion.
He got the team relegated, and won the FA Cup. That's a winner, yeah.
Winner.
Would you take Would you take him as your manager? No, you wouldn't have.
What did he just do? He just won the Nations League.
Lee, grow up, Lee. He just won the Nations League.
Bruv, you got the four biggest teams, European nations.
That's not a cup.
Oh.
That's not a cup. I can't even.
How many cups do you think they play for in real life? If you talk, you're only going for 2 cups.
Yeah.
You're over for Champions League and the league. You're in the FA Cup, you might. You all of a sudden, the FA Cup is something special to you.
The FA Cup's always been special to me. Won 14 times.
Yeah, special for you in terms of the club's history. But I'm talking about really the way you talk about cups. It's like if Tottenham win the
FA Cup is always special.
If
But
Tottenham
people like yourself and Marv like to denounce it when it's Arsenal.
If Tottenham win the Super Cup, we're double and ultimate European champions. We've beaten the Champions League holders, and we are a European champion. We are the European champion.
When has anyone ever cared about the Super Cup, bro?
Everyone.
No, Lee. Lee, you're a big ass man. You're 40 years old, yeah? Me and you've been playing Championship Manager since 1996, yeah?
We wanted to win it. We wanted to win it.
Even then times, the Super Cup didn't mean nothing, bro.
No, it was exciting if you got there. Especially then.
Meant nothing.
Nah, come off it.
Meant nothing. When's the last Super Cup final?
Super Cup final? Last year.
Wait, who played in it?
Real Madrid at Atalanta.
What was the score?
Real Madrid, I think it was 3-1. Yeah. But the super things like that I get excited about because I'm like, this is just a unique game. I'm very aware that it's not the most lucrative and it's not the most attractive, but
you're trying to gas it up because Spurs.
Oh man,
yeah.
No, when it was Liverpool v Chelsea in it the other year, I was like, what a game!
It was 3-0, 3-1.
Was it 3-1?
No.
What was it? 2-0. Where would you want it?
Who paid?
What was it?
Who paid the year for that?
The year before in 2023.
He's got great memories. He's going through the list of UEFA Cup winners.
No, I can't tell you who played in 2023. I can't. It must have been. I don't know.
Who played in 2010, 2011?
2010, 2011 would have been. Inter Milan.
Nope.
Inter Milan and Sevilla. Was it?
Nope.
No, who was it? Inter and who?
In 2010, 11.
And Benitez was the manager. They lost.
Barcelona, Porto.
What, 2010?
2010, 11.
2010 winners of the Champions League was Inter Milan.
Okay.
Barcelona was in 2011. I remember Liverpool beat Bayern Munich.
Who would you say was in the Super Cup?
Man United lost to Real Madrid beat Man United in 2016.
Who's in the Super Cup 2011, 2012 season? Did you say?
No, I said 2010-11.
What about that season after?
What, 2011 to 2012? It'd have been Barcelona versus, I don't know, who won Europa League that year. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I wish I did know. But there's a lot of games. I remember watching, who was it? Real Madrid. They won it in Cardiff in 2014. I watched that in Ibiza. Fantastic game. I think they beat Sevilla.
Look, Lee, 2011, Lee.
He's asked me about it. Listen, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, when Arsenal win the Super Cup, they wanted to win it.
The Super Cup is so big. He can't even tell you one.
Will you be watching it? I can't tell you all the Champions League finals. I can't tell you Europa League finals. I can't say all of them. Sometimes if an English team's not in it, I don't remember it as well. Sometimes, I could probably tell you Champions League more than likely because it is the biggest cup. I'm not stupid, but my point and that I'm saying is, of course, I want to win this Super Cup. It make you double European champions. Like, fucking hell.
The fact that you've been
Now,
European champions is so dumb.
Hold on, but no, what about
European?
Mate?
When FA Cup champions, you're an idiot.
You're Arsenal, mate.
It's not good enough for Arsenal.
Are you gonna watch? Let me ask you this: are you gonna watch the Super Cup final?
These times, hold on.
Are you gonna watch the Super Cup final?
What year was that? When Arsenal won the FA Cup? 2020, innit? It was 2020.
2014, 2015, 2020, 2017.
So Arsenal lost how many games that year? We lost 13 games, came 8th, won the FA Cup, and Man United fans, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, Leicester, West Ham, Tottenham all said it wasn't good enough. Everyone said
no, I didn't say that. I said I'll never forget praising Arsenal for winning that game. And you won the Charity Shield, and I said, he's got this team clicking here. And then it just didn't click.
That wasn't good enough. Yeah. But then you now
to go back
22 games and tell me, there's progression.
But we're not a club of your size.
Lee, you've got the best stadium second best stadium in the world. You're meant to be part of the top 6 mafia.
That's where all the money's gone.
Cartel. You're part of the top 6 cartel, bro.
Well, all I can say is this: that I think 17 was a.
He remembers when Madrid win it too because they were all in white. That's the only time he remembers. Lee, stop lying.
I didn't. Chris, if you got all the receipts, remember me saying, oh my God, the way they're passing the ball, that Aubameyang goal against Liverpool in the Charity Shield, I was like, fuck me. They've gone from back of the goalie. So what? It's a Charity Shield. You won the trophy. Chris, what did you say to me and Jesse when Arsenal hit the bar in the Charity Shield?
We win the league. Who was the manager?
Wenger.
Yeah, exactly.
It was his last season, August 2017. He was in Luton.
What was we doing?
We was watching it. We were filming Karin's. It was a day of it was a Caribbean celebration day. Yeah, we was going to make a book called Patois Proverbs.
I wish I could have made the book, man.
We got all the pictures of the old men playing chess and everything.
We've got them somewhere.
Yeah, I got them. I found them the other day.
You said they should be aiming higher. Thank you, Jordan. Thanks, bro.
We should be aiming higher. We weren't happy with 17. Don't get me wrong.
Arsenal. You said Spurs. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. But when Arsenal are Arsenal and they win the cup, but they go that low down.
Okay, Lee talking gonorrhea tonight.
Yes, Gungaria, isn't it? He wrote there. How do you know Gunga? Listen. Look, it's a new season coming. I'm excited.
They call him Baklava.
Why?
Because that's the thing, Gunga Bacon, but he's scared to come on here. He don't want to come on no more. He's scared.
He's a manager as well. He manages his boys too.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're doing.
He's done his coaching badge. He's done a coaching badge.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, fantastic. I had a good chat with him about it. I thought fantastic. And I'm surprised he didn't come on about that tennis. That tennis final the other week was incredible.
He was talking about it.
Oh, it was one of the best tennis matches you could see.
Oh, I missed it.
Unbelievable. But look. Listen, it's an exciting time coming. Thomas the Frank Engine's coming. I was gutted, upset with how Levy. I'm not a fan of Levy. But
stop using it. That is so dumb, man. You're so lazy with it, man. You're a bloody big man that works in these companies doing ideas for days, and you can't think straight on this situation, bro.
yeah,
on,
but
man.
I know. Listen, I'm not saying it was wrong.
I saw an
I'm
interview
saying,
from
yeah, I saw
2023,
it.
yeah, and he
Yeah,
said,
with the business thing. Yeah,
and listen, you see what he said? Exactly what
yeah.
I said, that people like you, and all your little cronies are the reason why you've now got this mess because of lack of patience. You hear what Levy said?
He's got the lack of
He's
patience.
no.
He
He says
sacked
I'm
Nuno
aware.
after
He says
three
I'm aware.
months.
Yeah, he says I'm aware the fans like a certain style of play. That's your noise. This ain't the Spurs way. And that's why he said he was wrong for getting Jose, wrong for getting Conte and Espirito,
Yeah.
because it doesn't sit right with you, man, the way you want to see
But
football played.
also, this is the thing.
So then Lee, he goes and gets what you want, and he loses 22.
And he wins the cup. He wins the
Yeah,
cup.
but Jose might have won you a cup. You lost 22 times in one season, bro.
But we weren't wrong. He won us a cup. Big Ange won the cup. Is he? What we found out with Big Ange, he's not a whole season player, and that was already the questions about him.
Yeah, he's not a
But he
what?
went out there, he done the job. He can't. It's not consistent. It's just too much. The English game was too much for him in the end, and I'm aware of that. I respected that, and I said that on the podcast before the final. And I said it after the final. The first thing I'd done when I was seeing videos, and I was like, "Thank you, and what a way to end." But what they did wrong was they went on holiday. Everyone went on holiday. 2 weeks went down the line,
No,
and
there's
then
nothing wrong with
boom,
it at all. There's
they
nothing wrong
sacked
with it
him.
at
Well,
all.
hold on. Look, this is where we are. You brought,
That's you looking for an excuse to find
you, you bought Zubimendi. You bought Zubimendi.
Have we?
Liverpool's bought. Well, you're getting him. If it's not done, it's done. Because I've seen Fabrizio Romano say about it. And then you got Zubimendi. Manchester United got Cunha. Liverpool got Frimpong. Liverpool got Verse. They got all these players, right? And Tottenham are 4 weeks into the pre-season, and they've only got the guy that they was obligated to buy, which is Matthias Tell. And that's because for 3 weeks, they didn't know whether they keep it as Postecoglou or get it Thomas Brent.
Tell didn't want to come at first.
Well, exactly, and now all of a sudden he's staying, but that like they're making it seem like we did this big signing already. I'm like, no, he was already. He's a good signing. I like him a lot. I like him a lot. But what I'm saying is, it's not a signing. They've not gone out and got a player that we didn't have. He's already part of the squad. My point is, when are we gonna bolster to what we've got to look like a Champions League team? Because for me, he's not carrying on like a Champions League team.
I just told you, you're not a Champions League team. That's the
But
problem.
we're in it. We're in it. We've got to play 8 games in it.
That's the problem. You're not a Champions League team, bro.
Well, whether you think that or not,
finish 17th.
we're in it.
2 times. You're not a Champions League. I know. You're
So then, what would you want? What would you want as a Tottenham fan? Then would you want to go? Okay, right. We know we're not that good, so we'll just settle for what it is, and we'll just have a fun laugh like fucking Auckland City in the World Club Cup. Yeah,
that's what you're going to be. That's what you're going to be.
No, we're gonna get through. We're gonna get through.
You're not. If you had and you beat Auckland City, bro.
Where are we gonna watch the Super Cup?
Where you can have it around your house and get there.
Yeah. Because you'll be watching it. Because you'll be watching it. You'll be watching it.
Get the chapatis ready. Come on, let's go.
Mark my words. Tottenham, and I'm leave you with this because I've got to go and get the missus the milk. Tottenham. No, I've just got to Sainsbury's, bro. Tottenham.
It's gonna cut out.
Are going to win the Super Cup. Tottenham are going to win the Super Cup.
On that note, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Son, leave
love.
you. Just love. Let's take it.